Welcome to Outdoor Adventures. I'm Ben Roof. We are here at Yeoman Park, part of Sylvan Lake State Park, getting ready for a 3.5 mile out and back hike to Nolan Lake, totaling 7 miles. It's going to be a gorgeous high alpine lake in the shadow of Gold Dust Peak. Now, we are at Yeoman Park now, which means we're going to have to drive 6 miles up a dirt switchback road to get to Fulford. Fulford is an old mining community founded in the late 1800s that is now mostly home to summer cabins. It's only accessible by road in summer and by snowmobile in winter. It's going to be a fun little drive, so let's get started. So we've made it up to Fulford. The road isn't terrible, and as long as your vehicle has pretty good ground clearance, you shouldn't need four-wheel drive to make it all the way up. However, I can imagine things could get pretty rough if it's raining or if the roads are wet. Up at the trailhead, we are here at 9,920 feet in elevation. There is some dispersed parking right around the trailhead across from Fulford and the entrance to the town. We are going to finish the hike up at 11,342 feet, gaining and losing and having to regain about 600 feet of elevation when we hit a saddle on the trail about halfway through. Don't forget, we're hiking at altitude, so it's going to be easy to get hydrated, especially in this warm summer. So make sure we've got plenty of water and some bug spray, because there are a lot of flies, at least the beginning of the trail. But as long as we're prepared, let's get started. After we've crossed that creek on our way up the trail, we do have to split off from the old mining road we've been following since the trailhead. About 400 yards after we cross the creek next to the old building, we do come to the fork in the road. And back here behind me is the Nolan Lake Trail. It's a little bit tricky to see as we're walking up the logging road. And this old road keeps going and is very much more of a defined path. It's easy to miss. So, after the creek, got to make sure we're looking to the left-hand side there for this old tree and the gap that's been sawed through it. Let's go. Things start to get quite a bit steeper as the trail is starting to begin to wind its way up a fairly significant hill face. It's going to have to work its way around several different steep rock outcroppings, which makes the trail a little bit narrow and a little bit windy. Fortunately, we do have pretty solid footing the whole way up before we reach the National Wilderness boundary. So the last section of our hike does start off with that bit of a short but steep and windy section there going through the rocks. Afterwards, we come out towards some talus fields and an alpine marsh. After passing the marsh, we're going to hit our wilderness boundary, and that is the signal that we are almost on top of the lake. It's just a little bit more to regain that 600 feet that we lost coming down in the marsh, but we'll be right on top of the lake after that, and not a moment too soon, because I'm starting to get a bit thirsty. Let's get going. Well, we are just about to the lake, but it has started to rain on me, So hopefully it's not too far away. The rain has really picked up, which is always a risk at the high alpine. You never know what the weather's gonna do as you start closing in on tree line. Well, thankfully the rain broke, and hopefully we'll have a beautiful sunny rest of the hike. We're here at Nolan Lake. Despite having a bit of rain to deal with, some muddy spots in the trail, and some spots where trees falling over the trail made it a little bit difficult to navigate, and the bugs have been kind of atrocious. I would say overall, it's a moderate to difficult trail. Not terribly easy, but nice and scenic the whole way. It's absolutely gorgeous. Once we're at the lake, we've still got snow, it's nice and cool, there's a beautiful view, and the water is crystal clear. Now, let's enjoy the views a little bit. One of the biggest challenges on any hike is making sure that we bring enough water with us. Water can get heavy and can be a hassle to carry. So one thing that I always make sure that I have in my pack is a LifeStraw. This product is by Vestergaard, and it's a fantastic little lightweight water filter that you can bring with you just about anywhere. It's small, it's light, it can fit in your backpack, it can fit in your pocket, it can even fit in your car. And the way it works is you just pop the lid open here. This is the filter side, and this is the drinking side. And you just take this guy, stick it in your water source, and just drink just like it's a straw. This is a fantastic product that can make sure, as long as you have a water source, you'll have somewhere where you can get some drinkable water from. And it does a great job at filtering out not just dirt and debris, but also bacteria, microorganisms that might make us sick. It's lightweight, it's easy to use, and Vestergaard also makes a series of other LifeStraw filter products, like some that go in your water bottle, some that go in your drinking reservoir, or some that can go in your filter in your refrigerator. So, make sure to pick up a LifeStraw at any of our fantastic local outdoor retailers. I can't stay here for too much longer though, because I am getting eaten alive by all the mosquitoes. So let's head on back to the car. Thank you so much for joining me for Nolan Lake on this edition of Outdoor Adventures. I'm Ben Roof. I'm gonna get out of this thunderstorm, but I hope you'll catch me next time when I go explore Beaver Lake.